What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
And that is a shutout for Huso in his first ever NHL playoff game start. And that is a hat trick, though not a power play hat trick. It is a hat trick for David Perron. And the Blues win the opening game 4-0. The kids did great. DP, awesome. He is here. I love how Barabi put out the fourth line in the final minute of the power play. They deserved it. They played really well tonight. Whole team played well tonight. Anytime that a mistake was made, someone was there to cover it. Mistakes happen. They covered it. Mistakes happen. They covered it. Mistakes happened. They covered it. That is the best playoff game played by the Blues in a very, very, very long time. Asked and answered. We wanted to know which Ville Husso was going to show up. Was it the one that took over the net, or was it the one that we'd seen recently that had, towards the last March and April, given up some goals? Well, we found out this is the January, February Husso. And I like the January, February Husso. What about you there, Nick?
Don't like him?
Yeah, do you like the January, February Husso?
Hopefully goes to AHL level after this game.
I don't think so. 10 plus penalty kill shots on him. He stopped everything just as I suspected. Well, Matt Lowe, he played really, really good tonight. He made good stops, and he did the thing that he hasn't done a lot lately, is he made the stops that he's not supposed to make. And that is the difference tonight. He frustrated Minnesota. Minnesota was, by the second half of the second period, they were frustrated, and you could tell it. The penalties they took, the way they played, absolutely freaking frustrated tonight. Mm-hmm. What do you think there, Nick?
I don't think it was frustration. I just saw the frustration come out in probably the last 6 minutes of play. At the point when Perron got the hat trick, that was when I noticed more frustration come out of Minnesota.
I never said I didn't like Ville Husso. I just said I have questions about Ville Husso. Doesn't mean I don't like him. Just means I have questions. I have questions about Bennington. So, I mean, that's all that is. So don't put words in my mouth. Wild fans, you suck. I'm like, when you go 0 for 6 in the penalty kill, you'd have nobody to blame but your own team. No, I don't think that's so. They got shots. I think the penalty kill of the Blues was just that damn good. I mean, they got some shots on net, which is great, but I just think the Blues penalty kill was just amazing, right?
Yeah. The Wild just looked flustered when they went to the PK.
Say again?
The Wild looked flustered when they went on the PK. Okay,
yeah. Well, that, and then on the power play, they got shots, but they weren't like really, really good shots. They weren't, it was outside shots, right? The majority of them were outside shots. I felt like as a team, we were told not to be afraid to take a penalty, and a lot of penalties seemed like some cheap ones on our part, leading to a lot of retaliation penalties. Maybe. I didn't feel like that. Did you?
What was that?
That it was retaliation penalties, that the Blues are taking cheap shots?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that to me. Excellent performance by Husso tonight. Great game overall. Shut them out and agree, guy. We got under Minnesota skin tonight. Absolutely, we did. That they blew an obvious. Yeah, that high stick on O'Reilly, man. I don't know why he doesn't wear a visor. He needs to.
Most players, I think he is one of like 2
12.
or 3 players that don't wear visors anymore.
According to Hanger, they're 12.
Oh,
12 guys in the league that are.
I don't watch the St. Louis broadcasts.
You should.
No, I shouldn't because I don't.
Here's
like
the core question: does Dean Evanson panic and turn to Talbot on Wednesday? No.
This game was not cost on Fleury. The Wild up front of him let him down. They just did not have what it took in the defensive zone tonight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I talked about this a lot. Man, like the comments, I can't keep up with them. I cannot keep up with them. There's a bunch. I'm going to have to skip some of them, guys. I apologize about that.
To the power play.
Come on. Yeah, I shouldn't have put that up. Sorry about that. I mean, you're allowed to put it. You're allowed to say it. I just, like I said, I don't have to read it. Guy, I meant the Wild were caught taking retaliation penalties. Yeah, but I didn't feel like the Blues were taking cheap shots. I mean, they were taking liberties, but not taking cheap shots. There's a difference to me, right? Kyle says Wendy is hangry, needs to go to bed.
Angry? I already ate, and am I angry? No, because I'm playing relaxed because I'm just watching the playoffs basically now.
Yeah, Minnie's got to figure out how to stay out of the box, and they got to not let the Blues get in their head, right? I mean, that's how I talked about it. I said that I thought the X factor was the special teams, and that X factor ended up being this Blues. At one time, they were perfect, right, until the double minor. They were perfect in the special teams, and they ended up. I think they were 2 for 6 on the penalty kill on the power play. Let me see here real quick. Let me see. Oh, they're not power play. Yeah, the Blues were 2 for 6 on the power play. 9 minutes. They were on the power play for 9 minutes.
They ended up going 3 for.
Now the last one, one of them, the Perron one. The third Perron goal, the last Perron goal was 2 seconds after the power play ended.
Oh, okay.
All right, I caught that. I know they were saying it, but I knew it was already even strength. The Wild were on the power play for 10 minutes and 28 and went 0 for 6. Right? Mm-hmm. You can't do that. They took Blues took 5 shots on the power play and were 2 for 5.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm not sure what that is. I thought that was shots. It's not. That's the power play. They got it 2 for 5 here, but 2 for 6 there. So I don't know. I think it was 2 for 6. Right. Let's see, because there was a little bit of 4 for 4 in there. So no, the Blues are. Pardon me. The Blues played a good game. They played a solid game tonight. All right. That's all there is to it. They played a good, solid game and got the things done. Who are your picks to make it to the finals, Wendy?
Calgary and Carolina.
I'm gonna get so roasted over this. I have Arizona and the Rangers, or not Arizona.
Colorado
and the Rangers. I have Colorado over the Rangers.
Okay.
Right. I don't know why. I do it matchup by matchup. And when you do it matchup by matchup, sometimes you get a team advancing farther than you think.
I don't go analytics on playoffs hockey because
I don't either. But I look at
there.
I look at the matchup. I look at the matchup itself, and I like the Rangers matchups. Right. I'd have to go back, and I don't remember all my picks, but I have to go back. Perron was definitely getting under the skin. I would say cheap shots, definitely trying to get in their heads, and it worked. Yeah, there weren't cheap shots. I wouldn't say cheap shots. I didn't see cheap shots tonight. The Blues in 5. I may change it to 4. I don't think that's happening. 5 or 6 is what 6 is what I thought. I don't think anything's going 5. This Wild team's too good. If the Wild keep a full period of time on the special teams, yeah, I mean you think about that. They were on special teams for over almost 20 minutes.
Mhm.
And then you add 4 and 4, and it was over 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. 4 and 4 kind of takes you out of things. However, I think 4 on 4. Minnie's going to make adjustments, but so are the Blues. I think the Blues are. Goaltenders with a shutout and Stanley Cup playoff debut. Husso tonight, Pavel Francoeur in 20, Jonas Kasparillo in 20, and then John Gibson in 2014. That's it.
Corpusalo got a shutout in his career first?
Versus Toronto in 2020.
Oh. Bubble. Okay.
Right? Yeah. First time all year the Wild did not score at home all year. Well, the Blues haven't been shut out this season yet. I'm knocking on the closest thing I have to wood. I actually have some good wood up there. I'm going to have to go knock on that. Blues in Toronto, Blues in Carolina, Blues Rangers. Messiah will be at the house to see the Blues host the Cup. I believe if Toronto beats Tampa, they are winning it all. Hey, Lance. Oh, okay. Sorry, Lance. I was reading comments. Didn't see you, bud.
Oh, wait. That's all right.
All right.
What a game. I tell you what, the second game is going to be just as chippy, if not more.
Yeah.
And the Blues, if they come out like they did in this game, they're going to be fine because there's going to be a huge push. I think you and Nick will both agree the Wild are going to really come out and try to be, as I said, try to be physical because I don't think they can be as physical as the Blues. But, man, what about Ville Husso? The defense was great, but Ville Husso, in my mind, he should get the number 2 star behind Perron.
I think he should get the number 1. 30-plus save shutout, number 1. Right? And I'll tell you if he did or not in here in just a second.
Yeah, I just shut it off.
I think it went to Perron with the hat trick.
Oh, yeah. Krug, 3rd star. Husso, 2nd star. Perron, 1st star with the hat trick.
Yep. I'd agree with all those, and I'm watching the Kings Edmonton game, and man, it's another good game too.
In
just
my
like we thought it
opinion,
would
this
be.
is the best game so far today.
Yep, it has been. Have you been watching the Kings game too, Nick?
That's what I'm watching right now. I honestly think this is the best game so far today.
Yep, they've been playing.
You can't take the Blues shutout and not say that was a good game. It wasn't.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's just this game, the Kings in Edmonton. It's like Mike Tyson against Evander Holyfield. One punches and scores a goal. The next punches and scores a goal. It's just back and forth, up and down the ice.
It's been a lot of back and forth hockey, and that's when hockey is the best.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Ville Husso, I don't hate you.
Yeah, no, he told me the same thing. I don't hate him either. I just have questions, just like I have questions for Bennington.
Yeah,
right?
They both have questions.
So here's the thing. We had questions tonight.
Yeah.
One of the questions was, which Husso are we going to get? Right? Are we going to get the Husso we saw in March and April? Or are we going to get the January, February Husso? We got the January, February Husso.
Yeah,
we got the guy with the 935 save percentage and a 1.95 goals against average. That's the guy we got tonight. Asked, answered. That's for tonight. We still got, Wednesday. Right? We still don't know what Wednesday's going to be. Asked and answered. Are special teams going to be important? I said they were. Absolutely they were. This game came down to special teams. What did you say your X factor? Or Wendy, you said your X factor was
Conditioning.
Conditioning. It came down. I mean, towards the end of the game, the Wild looked gassed. Right? They looked gassed to me, and you could see it. They looked gassed. Actually, they looked gassed starting in the third.
Yeah, right? I think so. Yep.
They started looking gassed early, so that's something. The Blues ran them around.
And you know what? Fleury didn't have a bad game.
No.
But that was my key, Fleury or Husso. And Husso played a lot better. I think overall, Husso in the third period and second period faced more quality shots. but both teams played well, and even though it was a shutout for the Blues, it was still a fun game to watch. Even if you're a Wild fan, I don't think the Wild played terrible. They just didn't play as good as the Blues.
You know what? I'll tell you the difference in tonight's game. And I saw it early in the first. I'd say within the first 10 minutes of the first, I saw the difference in tonight's game.
Mm-hmm.
Playoff experience. Right? You could tell that the majority of the Blues had it, and the majority of Minnesota doesn't. Right? I think they only got one guy on that team that's been past the third round.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think the only guy that's even been to the third round is Fleury.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else on that team.
Nick Leddy.
Oh, Leddy's on our team.
St. Louis,
hey, and you know what? I'm going to tell you, it was just a great game. And one thing, if I'm the Wild coach, I go up to Krill and say, listen, I know you want to be physical and I know you want to hit people, but please don't get yourself hurt, and please don't take a stupid penalty, because I thought he took a lot of risks tonight with his body, and he's not a big, heavy guy. He's tall, like 6'1", 6'2", but he's tiny. Right. Now he is bigger than Elias Pettersson.
Dan Bichetta says, I even thought Fleury had a good game. Where's Trexon Knowles today?
Yeah, where's Trexon
Knowles? Where are you at, Trexon? Where are you at, buddy? Jose, Blues clogged up the passing shooting lanes.
Yeah, they did.
Blocked the shots. Actually, they didn't.
Well, guys,
blocked many shots. They only had like 6 blocks.
You know what I noticed, and you and I and Nick have talked about it, and we talked about the Blackhawks and the Blues doing this a lot.
I'm wrong. The Blues had 17 block shots.
Yep.
So let me rephrase that.
That's all right. A lot of times this season, what did the Blues do when teams were on the power play? They stood around and moved a little bit. In this game, if maybe I'm blind, but man, they attacked every Minnesota player that got the puck.
Absolutely. I noticed that too. I noticed that they were in on the attack consistently, and that's what, while they got shots, they were not high quality shots at all.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Dale.
Great breakdown, Dale.
Got to go and put in a comment like that.
Great
breakdown.
You know what?
That's not the difference in the game. Not even close.
Mm-mm.
Not even close.
Difference in the game is Perron showed up and kind of took over the game. He had a couple of bad penalties, but Perron, he takes bad penalties, but he normally makes up for them. And Ville Husso was just better, than Fleury was tonight.
Special teams.
Yeah, special teams were huge.
The difference in the game.
I'm going to tell you right now.
At one point, the Blues were perfect on special teams.
Yeah. I
ended up going 2 for 6 on the power play and perfect on the penalty kill.
Yeah,
6 for 6.
Yeah. I thought this series would go 7 games. If Minnesota keeps getting penalties like this series isn't going 7 games.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, yeah. Let's see something here. 66.6% on special teams for the Blues tonight. Where the Wild were, maybe 20-something percent. The Wild were 16%. Right? No, actually, I got that wrong. They were fined 4 times. Or no, let's see. The Blues were perfect on the penalty kill. They were 4. Yeah, 4 divided by 12. So 33% on total penalty kill. Total special teams. I'll take that all day long. Yeah, I think OR is going to be fine. He'll get a little bit of glue. It didn't look like it was. It looked like it was just a small cut. It didn't look like it was bleeding or anything, right? But yeah, I wish he would wear a visor. I really will.
You get so used to not wearing a visor.
Yeah.
In young hockey leagues, they make the kids wear the cages or the full visor cage type thing. And when I wasn't playing goal when I was younger, I didn't do this when I got in my teens, but when I was younger and that, I always played without a mask, and they would always get upset with me and, you got to wear this, and they put it on me, and it's different. Your vision's a little bit different. It's not the same, but I got hit like that and got a big cut above my eye right here, and it finally healed. And I'm going to tell you, that hurts like hell to get hit with a stick like that.
I just know that I I'm like the only person on my team that wears like the half visor,
Half visor.
gauge because I want more vision out of the
Yep.
visor.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I want better protection with the
Yeah,
cage.
down around your cheek. Yep.
And-
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, the hat that I got given a hat when I was in St. Louis, but it's too small for my head. So I got to get a bigger hat.
What are you trying to say, guy? Do you have a huge noggin?
No, actually I don't, but the helmet's really small. I like pulled that thing all the way out and I still couldn't get it on my head. I was like, damn, that's tight.
Hey, Nick,
Yeah,
I posted that picture of Riddick, that video on Twitter, and I gave you credit for it. I thanked you for it. So.
Oh, he stole it from somebody else. So
I found it on Twitter.
Well, yeah, but you gave it to me, so I always thank people like that when they do that. Hey, I might have something for you, Nick. I don't know if I still have it. We just moved into a new place. I used to have a Corey Crawford Funko Pop.
Really?
Yeah.
And if I can find it, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's going to look better up on your wall, and I won't get hell for having it. So.
I do, Guy. I have used the whole cap strap.
Yeah.
I have to use the whole cap strap. Be sure to watch the interviews with Huso after the game. You'll love his contently to Pranger. Yeah, I might have to go back and watch that and see what he said. Dale Clunk says, I got it going 7, but what was the score tonight? 4-0. I actually thought the Blues lose. So this game gives me high hopes if Huso plays. Well, again, let me remind you all, it's one game. How many times has a team won 2 games and lost the next 4? Right?
It happened against you guys in 2014.
Shut up.
Yes, you did.
No, what happened to us in 2014 was Ryan Miller.
No, it was St. Louis collapsing.
No,
that was Ryan Miller.
It wasn't Ryan Miller. It was the fact that Doug Armstrong traded for Ryan Miller. That was Halak would have done just fine. I was at that game when the Blues went up 2-0. I'm like, man, if they play like this, they're going to win this whole series in 4 games. And then during the 3rd game, I looked at my dad and my brother and I said, Blues are losing 4 in a row. And my dad's like, no. What happened? The Blackhawks won 4 in a row.
You're talking Toronto now. Here's a question for us all. Does Bennington get the shutout as well if he had played?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know because, I hear people tell me all the time, and I've even found myself saying it because I get worked up.
Yeah.
You don't know. I mean, it's possible Bennington could have let in 3. He could have let in 2. The Blues maybe wouldn't have played as well in front of him because it seems like they play a little different in front of him. Not necessarily bad, but they don't. They play different. It's hard to say. I mean, Bennington could have gotten the shutout, but
could have, yeah.
He could have let 3 goals. I don't
think
they
get one past him. I think they get one past him. I also, the 3rd period, the Blues did something that I was definitely afraid of, but were able to. Well, still, they played prevent defense. They did.
Third, they did. They stopped attacking, and you can't do that.
They stopped attacking. They stopped taking shots. I was very, very concerned about that. Oh, Matt Lowe, I don't see. How do you know that?
No, you can't. Hey, guys, I played golf for 36 years, from the age of 6 till I was 42. And I'm going to tell you, people used to tell me that I had players tell me, I'm glad you were in goal because it wouldn't have been, the other guy would have given up two more goals. I'm like, hey, that's my goalie. Number 1, that's my goalie partner. I stick up for him. Number 2, you don't know that.
Guys, I'm not talking like that. And look, I'm not a Blues fan at all, but I'm not talking like that. Hold on a second.
Weather a storm early on, and I thought we did a good job of that, get the first goal, and we kept building from there. And obviously, a lot of penalties throughout the league tonight. It's probably a standard they're trying to
say again.
Right now, and,
people who get cocky fight
watch a little bit more, but we're also fine with that, and we'll keep pushing forward.
Along the lines of this question, when you're out there for pregame, any thoughts of being in your basement watching the game on a computer, punching walls?
No, not one, but you just reminded me, and that was, I think the worst part is, just not being a part of the team, like just helping out however you could. Like I was literally going crazy. Couldn't get out of the basement like the kids. I could hear them running around upstairs, and so tough situation.
He's talking about when he had COVID.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. I'm getting a lot of buzz from my TV there. I apologize.
Well, I want to say one thing for people just bashing the Blackhawks. Hey, they're doing something right by trying to get younger, trying to get faster, trying to get better. And I have a feeling within 2 years, the Blackhawks will be back in the playoffs. And it could be this year, but they're going to be back. They're not going to be out of the playoffs for 3-4 more years. They're just not.
Well, you know what? I don't agree with that completely, Mike. Mike says, I'll say this, Wednesday will tell us that this will be a quick series or a long series. Mm-hmm. If the Blues come home up 2-0, short series, end of story. Well, you know what? We said that against Winnipeg. We were up 2-0. We took both games in Winnipeg, and it came home, and they took both games.
Yep.
Right? And so we don't know that yet. You know?
Right now, Guy, I think we all see a series that is going to be back and forth. At least that's what I see. Yeah. You know,
I do too.
Yeah. Do I want the Blues to win and go up 2-0? Yeah, but if they leave there 1-1, I'm happy.
LA just scored 4-3 game.
Yeah, I saw that.
A couple minutes left in regulation.
Yeah, I'm watching it in the corner here.
Philip Deneau on the doorstep with 5 minutes remaining in regulation.
4-3.
So in the West, it looks like the two away teams are going to win, but in the East, the home teams reign supreme. The Carolina Hurricanes got the actually they got the first goal of the playoffs, but it was called back. Mm-hmm. It was called back under review for goaltender interference.
Mm-hmm. It was
they ended up beating the Bruins.
It was the fact the ref blew the whistle too early.
Yeah.
I thought it was pushing to the pads. That's what I was hearing, was pushing to
That's
the pads.
what the ref said. The ref said the reason the goal didn't count because there was goalie interference. But if you watch the ref behind the goal, he blew the whistle long before there could have been goalie interference.
Yeah.
So 5-1 for Carolina. They take care of business.
I love that jersey. Do you guys love that Carolina jersey? that black jersey?
Yeah,
I have a sneaky suspicion they're going to switch to that full time next year.
I like it.
Maple Leafs shut out the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions 5-0 in Game 1. Doesn't mean anything. Blues 4-0 winners over the Wild, and the Kings are up on the Oilers with about 4:15 to go in the third.
You know what I love about this show? The fact that our team can win the first game, and unlike some other fans, which I'm not going to mention, we're not going to get on Twitter saying, see what we did? We finally got rid of this, and we're going to win 4 in a row. We know that this is going to – Hey, even if the Blues won in 5 or 6, it's a tough series.
Oh, I guess Chief showed up. Here we go with those damn interviews.
Hey guys,
and then Matt Lowe's telling him to be careful. We hate him. We don't hate anybody.
Do you agree?
Mary has a question. Yeah. Here we go. Spurgeon looking at suspension after brutal cross check on Bushnevich.
No.
The captain is likely going to miss some times. No, I see a fine though.
Nope.
I see a fine.
Likelihood of a suspension coming out is going to be Clifford from the Maple Leafs.
That was warranted. Yep.
That hit that he had today.
Yeah, that puck wasn't within 15 feet of him when he hit him.
Yeah, right. Clifford's a moron.
He is.
Oh, we got rid of him.
That's why.
You know what? We should be getting some good considerations for him. We had future considerations. Yeah. We should be getting a second-round pick.
Well, I think the Blues should just be happy they got rid of him and say you can just have him.
I think they should get the second-round pick, you know? I think you should go for a second-round pick.
I don't know how it's structured. A lot of deals are structured a certain way that if he plays so many games for us, then you'll get this round.
No, this was a future considerations. This wasn't something where that was preset.
Future
considerations.
You aren't getting anything in return. I've never seen the future considerations ever get played in any trade where they bring in something
that's good.
Yeah, usually it's a draft pick. Usually you get a draft pick.
Normally, if they do get something, it's a fifth or sixth round draft pick if they get something.
Sometimes the future considerations means nothing.
Means nothing. That's right. It's just language.
Like the Blackhawks traded Malcolm Subban for future consideration.
They've got nothing. Yeah, they didn't get anything for him, did they, Nick?
No, nothing in return for him.
So what are you saying, Marianne? Where are you getting this from? This apparently she got this from somewhere. I don't know where she got it. It's to make matters worse. Though it looks like the Wild may be without services of Captain Jared Spurgeon. Next game after NHL reviews this cross-check from Spurgeon on Blues. Where'd you get that, Mary? Let me know.
I think she's just looking at it, something that might happen. I'm with you guys. I think if something happens, he'll get a fine. But you've got to really do something bad to get suspended in the playoffs.
I just pulled up NHL players.
There's nothing on their
Twitter account. They didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
So
I think she got it from. I think she read it from somewhere, maybe on Twitter or something, or on. So I'm trying to ask where she got that from.
That'd be good to know, because I think all three of us don't see him missing a game. If they look at it, he could be fined a couple grand, something like that. Maybe. But he's not. They're not going to do that and take out. Like I said earlier, and you guys agree with me, you've got to basically take somebody's head off before you're going to get suspended in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, look at Kadri. I'm just waiting for him to screw up.
Oh, he will.
Apparently, I can do better than the coach. All I say, coach, is figure out how to play better in the neutral zone, and then you'd win a lot more games.
Well, they call him chief, so I'm going to call you brigadier general. So,
nope, admiral.
That's right. Admiral. I was thinking admiral, but came out with brigadier.
Yeah. That's two octopuses. If it's on the internet, it's true.
It's true.
I know you hate hockey.
I quit.
No, there's one. She used voice to text. Hockey feed. I think it's hockey feed.
Yeah.
And usually 90% of what they post
are crap.
Yeah, it's not. It has nothing behind it.
It's clickbait.
Clickbait. Yeah, exactly.
Right. And so I mean, she apparently likes it a lot, but a lot of what they put out there. So another thing. A lot of what they put out there is plagiarized.
Well, do you know what they did when Tarasenko? All the talk of Tarasenko getting traded and people were calling about him. If I'm not mistaken, it was Zim or another hockey news feed or something like that put that the deal was being signed to send him to Washington, and I'm like, no, it's not now.
Yeah. No. Blues were 2 for 6 on the power play. Minnesota 0 for 6. The Blues had 20 shots in the slot to Minnesota's 19. Hits were 22 apiece. Minnesota ended up winning the faceoff 25-23. That was an even battle. Minnesota had 70 attempts, 37 shots. That's why I thought Husso should have gotten the number one star. Husso was there tonight. He did well. One thing I did notice, no one's talked about this tonight. Did you notice the condition of the ice?
I was going to say something. Did you notice everybody falling down and tripping? And it was all night long too.
Yeah.
The ice was rough.
Yeah.
From what it looked like on TV.
Yeah, guys were tripping left or I saw Kyrou just going backwards and all of a sudden just loses footing.
Loses it, yeah.
It's weird because Minnesota's usually known for having like the best ice in the NHL.
Yeah. Right. So it was NHL Trade Rumors. Yeah, that's another one of those sites.
NHL Trade Rumors is another clickbait one.
Well, the thing was, Guy and I both reported that Washington had inquired, and they had kind of started offering Kuznetsov, but it never got so serious to where it was there was a lot that had to be done before that happened. So here's
the thing. Well, here's what we don't know, right? It's hockey feed, right? Is that okay? I get it. NHL News. I'm looking at what Marianne pulled up, and I want to see if there's anything behind this.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a pic. Hold on, now it's coming up. So give me a second.
While you're doing that, I'm going to talk to Nick. Am I correct, Nick, in thinking that the Blackhawks could be back in the playoffs in 2 years?
I would say 3.
3?
It's because the Hawks have a lot to do to fix their team. They don't know where they're going with their goaltending. They don't know where they're going with their defense. I would give it a top 3 years of maybe trying to compete for a playoff position.
And they don't have anybody on the Ice Hogs that's going to be a good goaltender, do they?
They do. They actually do. Arvid Soderblom this year has been very solid in net for the Ice Hogs. without him, the Ice Hawks probably would not even be in a playoff position this year. And Soderblom's just been playing out of his mind. Is he ready to be in the NHL full-time as a starter? Probably not. I would say he's probably 2 years out from being a starter. He could be a fringe backup next season. And then they also have Drew Comeso, who's playing in the NCAA with Boston College, I believe, or it's Boston U. And he's another solid, great goalie who was Team USA's starting netminder in the Olympics this year.
I think he's about 3 or 4 years off, though, isn't he?
Comeso, I would say probably 2 or 3 years off.
Yeah, because I know the Ice Hogs were terrible defensively this season.
Yeah, they were rough defensively, but by I would say February, they really picked up the defensive game, and they've been one of the better defensive teams in the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, man, Jason, that's not true. The Blues took a long time to build, and they were in a building mode for a while. All those first round sweeps, to me, that's a building mode.
Yeah, and if we all remember when they drafted Eric Johnson, they drafted Perron, they drafted Oshie, they drafted Berglund, Pietrangelo. That was all within 2 to 3 years. So from about 2006 to 7, the Blues were in a building mode for those several years until they made it in the playoffs for the first time against Vancouver and got.
No, I think they were in a building mode until about 15. Right? Because up until 15.
That's a separate building mode because you had the first building mode up till the time when they played Vancouver and lost 4 games.
LA wins.
Yeah.
LA wins.
And then 2 or 3 years later, you thought they were getting better, and then they kind of tore it up a little bit. And
right. Well, you have from, you have in 2006 or 2005 after the lockout, you get Johnson. You're the worst team in the league, and you get Johnson. And you don't make the playoffs for like 4 or 5. They didn't make the playoffs for like 5 years. Then they made it 1 year, and then they missed, and then they made it again. But then you don't get past the first round. Well, to me, until you get past that first round in 16, right? And that was the first time you'd been past the first round since, back before the lockout, the 2000 lockout, 2004 lockout. You were rebuilding through all of that, To me, just getting to the playoffs isn't that's not. You're not built yet. You've got to be able to get to that second round and beyond.
Whatever you do, don't tell my old ticket rep that, because the year that they lost to Vancouver 4-0, he tried to say they'd made huge progress and wanted to raise my season ticket prices by 40%.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. No, wrong, my friend.
He thought I was going to eat it up. He called me like a month later and said, "I can get you the price you want." I said, "Nah, it's all about principle. I know enough season ticket holders that if I want tickets, I can just get them."
Yeah. I guess Philly let go of Mike Yeo.
Yeah,
no, he did such a great job.
Well, they didn't really fire him. He was an interim coach, so he
they
didn't have a contract.
They fired him.
He was assistant, so they fired him from the team completely.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a terrible coach. I don't know how he had jobs multiple times in a row.
I don't get it.
A horrible head coach.
Yep.
He didn't have them multiple. He didn't. He kind of didn't have them multiple times in a row, because he went from Minnesota. Then he was an assistant in St. Louis before he coached St. Louis. Then he was an assistant in Philly before he coached Philly.
He was an assistant in Pittsburgh before Minnesota. Yeah, he actually won a Stanley Cup.
St. Louis hired him because they knew Babcock was retiring.
Hitchcock,
my bad.
Not well, that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Huge mistake.
I didn't like the coach and waiting thing. I thought stupid. That was, in fact, that's why we ended up missing the playoffs that year, because of that coach and waiting crap.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It totally messed the team up. Well, actually, we made the playoffs that year. We missed them the next year. We missed them Yo's full season.
I got a real quick question, nothing to do with the game. Then we can move on about the game.
Yeah.
Considering what went on in Chicago while Joe Quenneville was there, yes, they won the cup, but there was all that stuff going on behind the scenes. Will Joe Quenneville ever coach in the NHL again?
From the reports, it sounds like NHL teams are really trying to bring him back, but he has to be reinstated by Gary Bettman.
Yeah,
so
he does.
I wonder if Gary Bettman just allows it, but I honestly, it will be a long shot.
Yeah.
I get he's a Hall of Fame. If he returns, he's probably going to end up being a Hall of Famer. Right now, it's a question if he even makes the Hall of Fame because of the scandal.
Yeah, he did not come off.
No, he
at
did
all in that report.
He could have handled it. Plus, you know what? When they tried to interview him about it, he didn't come off very well. You know what he should have said? You're right. I'm the coach. I need to take care of that stuff. This is on me. It would have looked so much better for him if he had done that.
Yeah.
Actually, Jason, they went to the Western Conference Finals in 1986, right? They went to the Western Conference Finals in 86. That was the Monday Night Miracle. So, Kings won.
Yes.
Agree, it would be a long shot. Not sure what he's talking about.
And I think all of us told people the Kings are going to be tough to beat.
Yeah. I had the Kings winning the series.
Yeah.
I think I picked. I might have won. I think you convinced me with the Kings there, Wendy.
Yeah. And one of my main reasons, and we talked about it, was would you rather have Koskinen in goal or would you rather have Quick? I think.
Okay, hold on.
And today was
Quenneville. Hold on. I want to address this. I want to address this.
No, he wasn't.
Quenneville was not a scapegoat.
He knew what was going on. He knew
you read that report. You read that report.
Yeah, he knew it.
Quenneville walked into that room, heard what the guy had to say, and his quote was, "I don't have time for this. I have a cup to win," and walked out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, that's not a scapegoat.
That was totally on Joel Quenneville, Dan Bowman, and John McDonough.
Yep, all three of them.
Right.
And Al McIsaac, too.
He did not care about Kyle Beach one bit.
No.
Kyle, he didn't care. And I'm sorry, I still throw Taves in this. I throw Taves in this a little bit. Right? I need to ask some more questions about guys about where they're at, but I do put Taves in that a little bit. He's the captain of the team. You've got to stand up for all the players, not just the ones in the locker room. Right? The guys on the Black Aces are just as important as everybody else in that locker room. That's why when they win the cup, they all raise it together. Right? Yeah. Okay. Comeso has a Stanley Cup ring. Right? Think about that. Uso's got a Stanley Cup ring, guys.
Did they give him an actual ring?
Yeah, he raised the cup.
But did they give him a ring?
Yes.
Because Corey Crawford was a Black Ace in 2010, and they didn't give him a ring.
Him one? No, from what I understand, because I know Butcher, or not Butcher, the defenseman for St. Louis. I can't think of his name now. I know it's sitting on the Chris Butcher. Chris Butcher, I think that's it. Chris Butler. Chris Butler got one, and he was a Black Ace.
Yeah. And didn't Thorburn get one too?
Well, Thornburn was actually on the roster.
Yeah, but he didn't play though.
Yeah, but he got one. So
yeah, because the three goalies for the Blues got one. Allen did, Bennington did, and Huso did.
I don't think Flower has three. I think he only has two.
He has three.
He has three.
He has three. Who did he win the third one with?
With Pittsburgh. He won all three with Pittsburgh.
Remember, they won three, and was it 4 years or 5 years?
He won it in 2009,
yeah,
2016,
and 2017.
That's right.
Okay. I wasn't sure about 2009.
That's right.
Well, in 2009, he was
a starter.
He was a starter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was a starter since 2004 with the Penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's that question. Does anybody on Minnesota have experience beyond the second round?
Ryan Hartman.
Hartman, how far has he been?
He made it to a conference final with the Hawks.
The Hawks, okay. I know Fiala was on a team that went to the finals, but Fiala wasn't on that team. He broke his leg when he was with the Predators in 17. Yep. He broke his leg against St. Louis.
In St. Louis, he broke his leg.
Yeah. So, that's not experience to me if you're not on the ice at all, right? So you got two guys on that team that have been past the third round? or been to the third round, past the second round. I think that tonight, I really do. I think that was prevalent tonight. How many guys on the Blues understood how to play playoff hockey, right? Mm-hmm. And look, they understood what it takes to get to the next level. They understood what it takes to play. I remember that. I absolutely remember that.
And there was people I know at that game, and they said you could hear it. You could hear it.
Delzato got a ring. Yeah. Delzato did get a ring. So that had a lot to do with tonight's game. Mm-hmm. Now, does it move to Wednesday? And we don't know yet, right?
Yeah.
The same questions that we had tonight, while they were answered tonight, are going to be the same questions we have on Wednesday.
Yep.
Right? Going to be the exact same questions. Now, tomorrow night, 8:30 Central Standard Time, the Colorado Avalanche open up their chase of the cup against the the Nashville Predators. I'll be doing the live show same way I do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it for I'm going to do pregame, postgame, and intermissions for the Avalanche games. They're opposite of the Blues games, and I think that because it's that's the potential second round matchup is whoever wins that game. And that's the second round matchup for whoever wins this series. So I'll probably be doing that. You guys are welcome to come along if you want. You don't have to. I just think it'll be fun to do it and pass it into some Av groups and see what they got. I'm not an Avs fan at all. I'm not a Predators fan, so I have no rooting interest in that.
So what Guy's gonna say is he's very unbiased on that playoff series.
Yeah, right. I honestly don't care who wins it.
I just hope Nashville loses. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hate that organization.
We don't like them either. So that's one thing the Hawks fans and Blues fans have in common. But I thought Nashville may have had a chance to surprise them a little bit, but with Soros out and after watching Riddick run into the post, I don't think they can.
I'm skating into the post. I hope he does it again.
That would be great.
Because it happened against Nash. It happened against Colorado.
What was the funniest part of that isn't him skating into the post.
It's
his reaction afterward.
Yeah, that's there. What's that doing there?
And did you notice the other one of the Nashville skaters also skated right into the backboards at the same time?
Mm-hmm. In the background, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just really, really funny, man. Well, guys, great night tonight. Great shows, funny shows, good arguments, good debate. Right? It was debate. We get heated. Okay. We don't take anything against each other. We keep together. We work together. We are together, and we try and be the best for everybody. Right? Guys, I love each and every one of you. Thank you. That was a pure league video of the goalie in the past. That was just fun. That was just so funny. That was. And then how quick it's cut. He hits it and he falls down, and then he hits it and he falls down. It's just so quickly cut. It's just a couple of seconds.
It's like Benny Hill comedy.
Yeah, almost Benny Hill comedy. And yes, Nick, you need to look that up.
Okay.
Look up Benny Hill, because I can't explain Benny Hill comedy.
No, it's hard to explain him.
Yeah, that was some of the funniest British comedy I think there was ever out there. And when I was a kid, that was where you watched, because that was the only time you were going to catch boobies on TV.
I was just naive. I didn't notice boobies. I just noticed hilarity.
I did. I noticed the boobies. Okay, guys, have a great. Well, one of his jokes, I will never forget this joke. He's doing his monologue, and he's talking about an orgy, and he says, he goes, "Oh, I thought an orgy was for 3," and they go, "Nope, it's for 2." The third one goes, "Oh, gee, there's no room for me," and goes away.
Okay,
but
I was not expecting to hear something about that. Okay.
Benny Hill was raunchy. And as raunchy as he could get away with, he was. It was, Hill and Stooges on Saturday night. I remember it absolutely. Okay, 11. Guys, we're going to call it a night here. It was a great night. I enjoyed it. Thank you to everyone. Wendy, again, thanks for joining us and being that voice of dissension amongst us. Lance, thanks for being the asshole that you always are. We greatly
welcome.
appreciate it.
Back at you, buddy.
Oh, guys, have a great night. See you tomorrow as we do the Avalanche fan report for the Avalanche versus Predators. Man, I don't even know how to do the show tomorrow. I'm just going to do it anyways.
By the way, I just clipped it where you're now basically saying the Avalanche fan report. So you're now Avalanche.
Oh my goodness. Guys, have a great night. This is Guy the Y Blues fan for Lance Scott and Windy City. Nick from Windy City Hockey saying aloha, mahalo, and we'll see you tomorrow night.